Basic
Hare Krishna, we are going to start soon.
बजाऊंगा ना
You want some hair or something? Where is it? This girl gets traditionally say she's come. Later she says she can't come. So I need some complete time. What you were thinking of dance? From Bhajan. You want to perform now? Yes, yes. Okay. That's me. No, but please give it this way. That's right. We didn't even be time of study is at least it was Saturday only. Friday only. Yeah. Yeah. So we did not. Practical time really was. Even you have seen the song already, no? The song, this bhajan. Yes, Namaram. You want to join? You never sang it. If you have known before, I would have joined. Oh, okay. And she told only to Kavya to you.
Hare Krishna to all. Jai Shri Ram. Hi, hello, namaste, namaskar, welcome. And at the end, our beloved Jai Shri Ram. Can you recite with me? Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. So we are the independent student body of IIT Madras. We named as Jignasa, which I guess you might be knowing what it means. We follow the slogan of Atato Brahma Jignasa, which means inquiry of self-realization. Today we gathered here on the occasion of Sri Rama Navmi. You might be knowing that it is the birth time of Lord Sri Ram. The name itself is you can't express it. You have to you can feel it. Ram is just not a name. Whenever you say Ram, you can feel it. There is nothing like you can express it to anyone. It is your soul which knows what it means. Ram. It is the path of salvation. Ram is the path of moksha. Ram is everything. So he is the perfect son, perfect father, perfect human being, perfect king, and perfect king as well. So he is perfect in all sense. Ram is the son of Dashrath, and he has three mothers, Kaushalya, Kiki, and Sumitra. He has Ram was the son of Dashrath. He has three mothers, Kaushalya, Kiki, and Sumitra. He was going to become the king. He was having everything. He had the pleasure of each and everything that a human being can possess. He was having more than anything. Even though just to maintain the oath of what his father has given to his mother, he went for exile. Just think that can be equate to him in any ways. We can't. He left his beloved father, he left his beloved army, his beloved Adyavasis, and just to fulfill his father's oath, he went to the forest. Later, he got separated from his beloved wife Mata Sita. His devotee Jatayu got killed, and there was lot of separation and kill in the whole path. We just even if you list, I guess it will be more than something. So we can't equate to him in any sense. But I guess might have most of you might be thinking that this Ramayana happened in Treta Yuga. Right now we are living in Kali. So what is the need? Why we are following even Ram today? Why are following even Krishna today? The reason is the battle between dharma and adharma. The people has changed, the behavior has changed, but the battle of dharma and adharma is still there in Kali Yuga. I give you an example. Following the oath of elder even in Kali Yuga is dharma. Whereas disrespect of woman is still adharma in Kali Yuga. Doing good and benefit for others is still dharma. Whereas doing something wrong in ignorance is still adharma. Most of the people, if you see, they will tell that Mahabharata and Ramayana happened because of the woman. But wait a little. I have one Sanskrit lok, which is like Yatra Naryastu Pujyante, Tatra Ramante Devata, Yatra Tastu Na Pujyante, Sarvastata Phala Kriya. Which means the place where the women are worshipped, though they get respect, they at that place the god resides. Whereas the place where women are not respected, at that places even the fruit of any karma will be wasted. So it is not the woman because of this epic happened. It is because the disrespect of woman because of it happened. Okay, I guess you might be bored with all of this, but okay, we'll start with our first event, which is beautiful bhajan. This bhajan will sang by Rama Navmi. I'll invite her on the stage. And the title of the song bhajan is Nagri Ho Ayodhya Si, and the second one is Sajado Ghar Ko Awadh Mein Ram Hai.
Is it okay now? Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ram Chandra ki Jai. So now we do the next one. Nagari ho Ayodhya si Raghupati sa gharana और
रामचंद्र की
What a wonderful what a wonderful program. Again, can we have a big round of applause? Once again. Recite again. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. We'll try to have more names after each and every event. Now, we are going toward the next event, which is much more oriented towards this. In the next event, we are going to learn about the life lessons of Lord Shri Ram. For that, we are going to invite Rashmi Mataji along with Srinivas Prabhu. Recite with us. Again. You have everything written. Recite with us.
Jai Siya Ram. So why was this bhajan put up right now? All of you who are from North India, you will know भगवान का जब जन्म होता है, that time we sing this. 12 noon in our houses, हम लोग थाल बजाते हैं, and then we sing this bhajan. So because we are discussing Rama Navmi today, we thought it was appropriate to start with Ram Janam. And just to give you the story, most of you would be knowing the story of Ramayana, but it is so sweet that we don't mind hearing it again and again. You compare that with the story of any movie or even a real life event. We can't hear it more than 2 or 3 times. It can be the most horrifying or the most romantic or the most interesting. But when it comes to a news item, we cannot hear it more than 2 or 3 times. That is Sorry. That is the beauty of Ramayana, that we can hear it. We've been hearing it from childhood and we are hearing it now. And we still find it interesting. We still find it sweet. So the story of Ramayana, as you know, is of Treta Yuga, which is, we are right now in Kali Yuga. Before Kali Yuga was Dwapar. Before Dwapar was Treta. So it is ages ago. So what happened was, for the birth of Lord Ram, his father, King Dashrath, had to do a lot of penance. He was childless. He had many wives, but he was childless. So for that, he did a special yajna. In those days, people were not going to doctors and fertility clinics. They were doing yajnas. So he was doing yajna, and in that yajna, one yajna purush came and gave him a pot of sweet rice, payasam, kheer, whichever language you understand. And he told him that you give this to your wife, she will conceive. So, like I told you, King Dashrath had a lot of wives. He gave to 2 of his wives, the eldest, Kaushalya, and the second, his most favorite wife, Kaikeyi. He gave them half-half. Now, both of them gave half from their portion to Sumitra, a third wife. In due course of time, 4 sons were born. Kaushalya gave birth to Ramji. Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat in that order. And then twins were born to Sumitra, Lakshman and Shatrugna. Shatrugna is also known as Ripudaman. So what happened was, once they were born, as per the times, they were Rajkumars, they were princes, but they were sent to the Gurukul to study, to serve the Guru, and to get knowledge from him. So which is all the Brahmins, all the Kshatriyas will definitely do. Vaishyas dependent. So they are gone to the Gurukul and they are just living with the other boys and they are serving the Guru the way the other boys are doing. They are serving. And they, like you can see in one of the pictures, he is Ramji and Lakshmi is not taking the Guru. Because that is the role of the student. They have to serve the Guru. So the lesson we learn from this is how simple our life is. Idea is to keep our life simple and our thought process, our thinking high. So this was being exemplified right from childhood in the life of Ram.
As you know, Ramayana means the travels of Lord Rama. So this Dasharatha could not beget a child. That shows that everything has to have the sanction of the Lord. This particularly is the plan of the Lord. He has to appear in this way.
So as the story proceeds, once the four brothers, once they have taken the training and they have come back, they have become slightly older, small youths, and they have come back to the kingdom. Obviously, King Dashrath is very happy. Then what happens? Sage Vishwamitra comes and he says, there are some, whenever we do any work, there are some demons who keep on troubling us. So please give us Ram and Lakshmana. They can help us, they can kill those demons and they can help us. King Dashrath did not want to send her, but a rishi has come and asked. So if he doesn't give, he can be cursed. And somebody comes to your house and asks for something, he don't say no. Even today, we try to fulfill the desire to the extent possible. So very reluctantly, but King Dashrath allowed Ram and Lakshman to go with Vishwamitra. And what they did, they saw.
Vishwamitra could have himself killed the demon, but in the process he will lose his powers. So he didn't want to do that. Instead, Kshatriyas were the Rama and Lakshmana. So he did not want to go beyond his duties. As a Brahmana, you are supposed to do the sacrifices. You know that the Swadanam hi Nidanam Shriya. Doing our prescribed duty is better than Paradharmo Bhayava. So this was strictly followed. Although Parashurama was capable of killing the demons himself, he engaged Rama and Lakshmana not only because they are Kshatriyas and they were the right persons to perform this duty.
Just to tell you why this was said just now, because Vishwamitra was actually a king. He was a Kshatriya who had turned into a Brahmin. So the way we are told nowadays that you have to be born a Hindu to be a Hindu, or you have to be born a Brahmin to be a Brahmin, that age, he was a king. He was a very emperor. He had emperor of the world time, and he had once gone to King Sage Vashishta's ashram or something, and there he felt slightly, and he was when he was coming back, he wanted to take the cow. That is Kamdhenu. Kamdhenu will give you. Kamdhenu will give as much milk as required, whatever is required. So he was very impressed that this sage is having this kind of a cow, and I am emperor. I don't have this kind of cow. So he wanted to take Kamdhenu along with him. And at that time, Kamdhenu did not want to go because she had come there to serve Sage Vashisht. So she asked Sage Vashisht, you please protect me. He said, I am in the middle of a yajna, so I am not able to do anything right now. So then she asked permission, can I defend myself? Please allow me to defend myself. For that, he gave her permission. So she defended herself in such a manner that the emperor could not take her. So that was really a very big hit on his ego. He decided that is no point being an emperor because I will be ruling the world. One cow can defeat me. So let me get the same powers that this sage has. So let me also do penances. And he started doing penances for many thousands of years. And then he became a Rajarshi. These terms are post, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi, they are post. He came to the level of Rajarshi, he was not able to go proceed further than that. Then he had to do some more penances, and in the middle that Menta episode happened. And then only he became a Brahmarshi. So because he had already done so much of penances to get over the Kshatriya attitude, mentality, so then he did not want to go back to the Kshatriya mentality to kill the demon. That is why he said, let the Kshatriyas come and let them do this work for me. So, okay, to take the story further, when Ram and Lakshman, they went to the stage to help him in performing the yajnas. As usual, when the yajnas were being performed, the demons started coming and troubling. So there were two of them. Taraka is a demoness and Subahu, a demon, a Rakshasa. They were both killed by Ram and assisted by Lakshman. After that, what happened? There was an invitation from two Vishwamitra. Okay, just before that, after Darka and Subahu were killed by Ram, on the way, because they would be going around with Sage Vishwamitra, so on the way Sage Vishwamitra told them this is a rock. Actually, this is Ahilya, who has been lost by her husband, and because of which she has turned into a rock. So Ram, please deliver her. So Ram just touches one toenail and she turns back into a lady. And because Ram has touched her, she has become purified, and her husband forgives her and takes her back. So this happened. He delivers Ahilya.
So these demons we hear about, they have a personal form. They appear in person. But in the modern times, we don't see demons around us. In the sense that the demons are described in the scriptures. So they have both impersonal and personal form. So this also plans a lot. Sometimes this demonic mentalities, they take a personal form. Sometimes they are not visible. So this is the nature of the aspect of material nature that it can manifest and unmanifest.
Today's demons are corona. And the other virus is the biological warfare that keeps on happening. So after Ram has killed the demons and delivered Ahilya, there was an invitation to Rishi Vishwamitra from Mithila. The daughter of the king of Mithila was to be married. So there was a Swayamvar which was to be held. In those times, the girl had the right, especially of Kshatriya families, wealthy families, kingly class, they had the right to choose their own husband. So for that, a Swayamvar is kept, where different suitors will come, and whoever the girl thinks is best for her, she marries, she puts the garland on that person, and she can then marry that person. There can be some terms and conditions which are put. So the king had put, who was King Janak, he had put this condition that for Sita, for anyone to marry Sita, that person will have to be, will have to pick up that bow and arrow, or will have to pick up that bow and he will have to string the bow. And the pictures that you are seeing, these are actually the temples that are there today. This was this is today's the pictures are today's pictures, the white marble and the Sitaji, and that is a today's picture. And when Ram entered along with Rishi Vishwamitra, Ram and Lakshman both accompanied him. And when they entered Mithila, being young boys, they were roaming around, and Mithila city, the inhabitants, they were enchanted by Ram's beauty. And incidentally, it so happened a very famous episode of Sitaji had gone to do Gauri Puja the day before the Swayamvar in the evening to the Pushpa Vatika, and there was a Pushpa Vatika, there was a garden beside the temple. And in the Pushpa Vatika, Ram and Sita, they see each other, and she gets attracted, they both get attracted to him. And as the story goes, she goes back to the Gauri temple and prays back to Gauri. So, and she
Ram and
gets
Sita return a consort. So as such, they it's not like we get attracted in one lifetime to someone, marry. Obviously, we have to change every lifetime. But in the case of the Lord and his consort, they return up. But it's a pastime for them. So when they perform this pastime, we get to glorify them. We learn to glorify them for their come to know about it, which we don't know now.
So, like he said, we can at best be attracted to each other one lifetime, but they are eternal, so their attraction to each other is many lifetimes. Now we come to the condition of the Swayamvar. At the Swayamvar, the condition that was put was, it was actually a very auspicious Dhanush, it was a very auspicious vow, that was a Shivji's vow. And it was supposed to be very heavy. Even in her childhood, Sitaji would easily lift it with her left hand and pick up a ball from underneath. And incidentally, Janak Maharaj saw that. And then he said, I need armies to even budge this ball, and this girl can simply pick up with her left hand without even realizing how great this, how heavy this Shikhanush is. So that is why he said somebody who marries her has to be worthy of her. And this was the way to understand the qualification of the suitor. So one by one, the kings came and they started trying to pick up the bow. And they all failed. When they all failed, they were very frustrated. So they came together and they tried to grab the bow. That is when King Shanak became very, very upset, very angry, and he stopped all of them. And then he started lamenting that in the entire world there is no prince who's worthy, who can pick up the bow. When that happens,
So here, God is the Shaktiman, is the possessor of the Shakti, and Shakti is the energy of the Lord. They can never be separated. So this Ram and Sita represent the Shaktiman and the Shakti.
so when King Janak starts lamenting that there is no prince who is capable of doing this, at that time Sage Vishwamitra intervenes and he requests Ram to lift the bow. Then Ram walks to the arena and he very easily is able to lift the bow. And when he's trying to string the bow actually breaks. So when that happens, the sound, it is tumultuous. It goes out quite a long distance. And
So we have the Lord's spiritual energy and material energy. So Sita Devi refers to the spiritual energy. Likewise, the bow can be equated to the material energy. So it is always under his control. So that's why he is able to easily lift this bow. Whereas in our case, we are not the controllers of the material energy. So no matter how strong we may be, we are not able to surpass this material.
so once the bow is lifted, that time then Sitaji comes and she calms Lord Ram and they are both very happy. Then the information is given to Ayodhya and the permission is sought by Lord Ram from his parents. Then they are very happy, they all come for the marriage. At that time, it was decided that there are three sisters. Sitaji had three sisters, cousins, and her that way. So the three sisters are to get married to the three brothers. That way, there were four marriages which happened because of one sin. All four brothers married the four sisters.
So Bharata, Lord Ram, and likewise the concerns of attempt can be considered as the expansions of Sita. So we have the Lord, his internal energy, and the marginal energy represent the living entity. The Lord also expands in different forms. Likewise, his internal energy expands in different forms, and we are all part of his marginal energy.
So once the marriage is solemnized and they all go back to Ayodhya after some time, King Dashrath thinks that I have become old, let me hand over the kingdom to Lord Ram and then let me retire. So when this information is given out in the public, the entire city starts rejoicing. And at that time, incidentally, Bharat and Shatrugna were in Kaikeyi village. They were in the Nanihal, in the mother's house of King Bharat. Sorry, of Prince Bharat.
So we see in this Ramayana who are the lead characters. They are eternal associates of the Lord. It's not that someone became the father of Lord Ram. He is already father of Lord Ram in the Ayodhya, which is in the spiritual world. So when the Lord makes his appearance, all his associates also come and take part in the pastimes. So there are 5 types of relationship. One is the passive mutual relationship. We do not know someone, but in some form we will be related. Just like we will be related who is here, we are related in one sense that we belong to the same institute. And then we have the Asyarasa, that is as a master and servant, like Hanuman serving Lord Rama. And then we have the friendly relationship, that is fraternity, like the Arjuna and Krishna were friends. And then we have the parental relationship, like Dasharatha is the father of Rama, Krishna had his father Vasudeva, Ananda Maharaj. And then you have the conjugal or marital relationship, just like Lakshmana and his dad Sita Ram, Radha Krishna. So these are eternal associates in different types of relationships, and they make their appearance whenever the Lord comes. Just like the Prime Minister may be there, he will choose his aides to accompany him in person.
So when this news spreads, it also comes to the temple, to the palace, and there Mantra, who is the assistant or who is a servant of Kekai, she comes and she reports the whole thing to Kekai. Kekai is initially very happy with the news. Then Mantra convinces her that this is not good for her son Bharat. So she devises a plan and she convinces Kekai to follow that plan. Kekai goes into Hope Bhavan. Hope Bhavan is the room where the ladies would enter when they get angry. In today's age, we don't have a separate Hope Bhavan. We barely have a house or a room because spaces have become constrained. In those times, especially the kings, they had the luxury. So if a lady gets angry, she goes to a particular room which is called Hope Bhavan. So Kekai goes there, she starts sitting out all her duties, doing all over the place. And then in the night, when King Dashrath comes to visit her, he understands that this is the situation. So he goes and asks her, what is the matter?
So we see these characters also, just like we play a drama, someone is a villain, someone is a hero, someone is a comedian. So even these people seem to be acting like enemies of Lord Ram, you must say. But still, to qualify to act in a drama also, you should have some qualification. So similarly, these people who seemingly are acting against Lord Ram also, they are taken associates. And there are two types of associates, some who are descending from the spiritual world, some who were in the material world, but due to serving the Lord, they get an opportunity to take part in the pastimes when he descends into this material.
So then when King Dashrath tries to find out, not really anybody will ask, oh, I am angry. So then she reminds him that many years ago, when King Dashrath was fighting a battle, she was the charioteer. And something happened and he was almost losing the battle. And because of her, his life was saved and the battle was won. At that time, he asks her to take 2 wounds. She keeps them in abeyance. I will take them at the time comes. So she activates that and she says, now I want my wounds. What are the wounds? I want Ram to go to the forest for 14 years. And I want Bharat to be crowned the king. Dashrath is devastated when he cannot believe it. But then she is unrelenting. So next morning, what happens? Lord Ram goes to meet King Dashrath. He's getting ready for his coronation. He goes to meet Dashrath. And there he comes to know king is absolutely devastated. He's in his palace and he is not able to even compare people. Then Kekai mother comes and she tells him this is what has happened and this is what I have asked. So Ram was absolutely no difference in his confidence, in his behavior, in his peace of mind. He said, okay. 1 minute he is about to be coronated, next minute he is preparing to go to the forest.
So here we see the misuse of the opportunity and intelligence. So as far as Kaikeyi is concerned, she got an opportunity to ask for a boon. So we have 2 options: either we make the choices or we allow someone superior to make choices for us. So in this case, she had misused an opportunity and misused her intelligence. Whereas Lord Rama is concerned, for him, his always intelligence is being the supreme Lord. It is very clear. So in any situation, he will be in his favor. So although he was being sent to the forest, it was an opportunity for him to serve the purpose for which he had made his visit.
Ram is called Maryada Purushottam. This is the biggest example of equanimity. 1 day, 1 minute. Imagine if you put it in the IIT scenario, 1 minute you're going to be the best student, you're going to get your marks and you're going to be the best student. And the next minute you're rusticated out of IIT. How many of us will be able to take it? We have seen enough incidents happening. It is not something that most of us can do. That this level of equanimity, that I will fulfill my father's wish, and without any remorse, without any complaint, without any tinge of resentment, even towards the mother who has said this. That was Lord Ram. And when Lord Ram decided that I am going to go to the forest to fulfill my father's desire, Sita Maya decided I will go. So when she was stopped by Lord Ram, her reply was, I am your shadow.
कीवर्ड आ गया
But
यार
to
कीवर्ड
कभी
से संवाद यहाँ पे
भविष्य
कीवर्ड
नहीं
बाद
हो
में बताता
I
हूँ
am your shadow. How can I stay away from you? And
हाँ,
she is a
बराबर,
princess,
बराबर,
born and brought up as a princess. She said, I will walk in
सीता जी
the
का ट्रेन
forest with you.
हाँ,
And
थोड़ी देख
Lakshman ji
लेता
says that I will go to take care of both of you.
Then
So that is the reason I want to come along. I cannot stay without you. In forest, there are a lot of demons, there are a lot of wild animals. I will go to take care of both of you. So his wife Urmila says, I will come because I am your shadow. So then he convinces her that if you come, my attention will be diverted to take care of you also. Whereas I am going for a particular purpose. I want to be focused that I am going to take care of Ram and
उसको साइन
Sita.
कर देना
So you please stay here and take care of the mothers because all the three mothers are going to be very, very affected by this entire episode.
याद रहेगा
So my request to you that you stay back here to take care of the mothers and allow me to do my duty. For which Urmila, Lakshman's wife, agreed.
You see, adversities are turned into an opportunity because Rama is fully in control of everything. So even though he was being sent to the forest, he knew it is an opportunity for him to accomplish his mission for which he had made his descent. And we can see in the case of the Lakshmana or Sita, they wanted to follow Ram because that is their eternal service, to be always at the service of the Lord. In this way, they have nothing to lose. When you have the perfect master and perfect servant, in any situation, it is going to be a win.
When the entire Ayodhya city came to know of it, entire Ayodhya said, we'll come with you to the forest. They started following him. And King Dashrath he's become bedridden because he cannot take that his son is going to go to the forest. So he sends his prime minister also. Everybody is going, prime minister also go. Go and bring back Ram. That was the mission he gave to the prime minister, R.S. Sumantra. In the night, what Lord Ram did when everybody was sleeping, he just told R.S. Sumantra, please take them back to the kingdom. And in the night, the three of them, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, they crossed the river and they went off to the other side and they proceeded further.
So normally, if you want to accomplish something, some things have to be done alone. We cannot take with us a huge baggage along. So, as far as Lord Rama, he saw that if these people are going to come, the whole kingdom will be affected. So that will disturb the whole purpose, and furthermore, they will not be able to accompany him to the forest and go through all the tribulations. So this is a lesson for us to know when we need whom to accompany us.
After crossing the river, Lord Ram reaches Chitrakoot, where the brothers built a hut, and the three of them, they stay. In the meantime, what happens in Ayodhya? When Dashrath sees that R.S. Sumantra has come back without Ram, all his hopes are dashed, and he's not able to live anymore. He gives up his life as a broken-hearted man. This news of King Dashrath's demise reaches Prince Bharat because there is nobody, none of the sons are there to do the last rites of the father. So when Bharat comes to know, both Bharat and Shatrughan, they rush back to Ayodhya and they can get off, things are not right. Because they are not greeted or smiled at by the citizens of Ayodhya. They are mentally wailing because of Bharat, Ram had to go. And when he enters the palace and he sees the mothers as widows, he is devastated. And when he hears about what has happened, he rejects his mother. He cannot accept that you did all this for me. You are not my mother.
So we see the example of Bharata, the straightforwardness, the lack of duplicity. That is very important. And
so then what happens? He said, I cannot be the king. I will not be the king. I will go back to the forest and I will bring back your king to you. So the entire Ayodhya city is so happy. He takes the three mothers, he takes the army and few citizens, and they start proceeding towards where Lord Ram is. So when they proceed, they find the same keyword, the same person who takes Lord Ram across the river, Saryu River, and then he reaches Chitrakoot.
This Chitrakoot is a place to be worth seeing, so picturesque, and very important is that Lord Rama stayed there for 12 years. Then only he proceeded to the other forest. So in this place, most of the pastimes of Lord Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita took place.
So then the famous Bharat Milap happened. When Lord Ram and Bharat meet, they are so much full of love and so much full of sacrifice. I will not get into details about this because you will see this in the next event.
So if the relationship is genuine, even if we are separated, then opportunities will come where we meet again. So sometimes we see a very dear friend, we think we are separated from him, but we see time again opportunities come to get back to them again. So if you value some relationship, there are always chances that you get back even in the next lifetime out.
Then what happens when finally Lord Ram is able to convince Bharat with the help of King Janak that I will stay in the forest, you go back to the kingdom and you rule the kingdom. So then he takes the paduka, the footwear, and he requests Lord Ram, because Lord Ram is barefoot in the forest. He requests Lord Ram, please grace and put your legs on this paduka. I will put that on my head, I will put that on the throne. You will rule, I will be just the representative for 14 years. And he goes.
So we can serve in separation. So Bharata was anyway serving Lord Ram when he was together. And when this situation arose that he has to be separated, still he could continue that service because of his strong affection for the Lord.
So during, they were there to Chitrakoot and then they went around the Dandakaranya forest and then they reached Panchavati. In Panchavati, they were staying there, and at that time, Surpankha, who is the sister of Ravan, the king of Lanka, she sees Lord Ram and she gets attracted to him. So she makes the form of a very beautiful lady and she goes in front of Lord Ram and she propositions that I would like to have a child with you, please marry me. Lord Ram tells her, I have taken a vow, I will marry only once and I'm already married. My wife is here, I cannot marry you, I'm sorry. You can approach my brother. So she goes and approaches Lakshman. So then what Lakshman says that I have come here to serve my brother and his wife. I don't have the time to get married. I left my wife and I came here, so I can't marry you. So she gets very angry. What is this? You both are rejecting me for this lady, no? Let me go, and she pounces on Sita to harm her. The moment she does that, because Lakshman is there to protect Lord Ram and Maya Sita, he goes and she's a lady, so he cannot kill her, so he cuts off her nose and her ears. In that cut off condition, she goes and she instigates Ravana. See what has happened. And she doesn't instigate by saying this has happened to me. She instigates by saying, describing the beauty of Sita Maya. Because she knows her brother is very lusty. So she spends time describing the beauty of Sita Maya, telling him, such a beautiful lady for you. What is she doing there? What is that man? Not in so many words, but with a description. And that attracts Lord Ravan, and he approaches.
So here are 3 lessons we can learn. That is the ugly interior and beautiful exterior. That is the example of Shurpanakha. Her heart was dirty, but she could put on a very beautiful external appearance. But the problem is that if you have such wrong intentions, you will have to face continuously reversals. As she saw, her intentions was not good, but so every attempt she made was led in failure. And
Yes. So then what Ravan does, he hatches a plot. He sends one of his people, Marich, to the forest in the form of a golden deer. And he tells him somehow or the other, you ensure that Ram and Lakshman come out of the hut. So that Sita ji is alone. And then I will do what I have to do. So what Marich does, he takes the form of a golden deer and he starts roaming around near the hut. When Sita ji sees that golden deer, she gets attracted and she says, I want that golden deer. So Lord Ram runs to capture that golden deer and bring it back for Sita. And the golden deer keeps on going very much inferior inside the forest. When finally the arrow hits that golden deer, who is Marich, he takes his original form and while dying, he calls out Lakshman in the voice of Lord Ram. And that when it reaches Lakshman and Sitaji is very much distraught that my husband is in danger, and she forces Lakshman to please go and you protect my husband. So Lakshman knows that this is a plot, but he is not able to convince Sitaji. So what he does, he draws what is called Lakshman Rekha, which is he draws a line around the hut and he says, "Don't cross this line, and I will be back soon." So he goes. The moment he goes, Ravan is around in the form of a mendicant and he comes to their arms. So when he comes to their arms, Sitaji tries to give him arms, keeping the condition of not crossing the line. At that time, Ravan tries to cross the line and he cannot cross it. So he pretends to get offended and he says, "I will not accept arms like this." So to please the mendicant, because he's a sage, so Sitaji puts one leg outside. That was enough for Ravan. That is enough for him to pull her out and kidnap her.
So here there are many lessons in between. One is that Ravana, he was known for his lust, and the way he satisfied his lust is by marrying or abducting so many wives. But nevertheless, although that helped him to momentarily control his lust, lust comes along with anger. So when someone incited his anger, then he succumbed to that lust. So this lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, madness, these are all relatives like him. Kama and jealousy. Anger is the younger brother of lust. So that was his weakness. The true way of subduing lust is to love someone, develop love for God. And you can see in the case of Sita Devi herself, when Lord Rama was there, she got attracted to a deer. So when we have some higher object of attraction, if we get distracted by something else, then it can prove to be very costly. Now, as far as Ravana is concerned, he appeared in the dress of a mendicant. In his original dress, he could not act like that. He could not approach Sita Devi in the original form of a demon. But even to approach such a saintly woman, he has to dress himself like a saint. But nevertheless, one cannot act what he is not. So eventually, he had to give up that.
So he
And one more
abducts.
instance is that here Sita Devi, she offended Lakshmana. Lakshmana was trying to serve Lord Rama, and that's why he put this Lakshman Rekha. And he knew very well that it was not Rama calling out for him. But Sita Devi at that time suspected the intentions of Lakshmana. Invariably, that led to an offense, and once that offense was performed, she lost her guard against Ravana.
So when Ravan abducts Sita and he's taking her back to Lanka, on the journey, she keeps on dropping her jewelry and keeps on crying for help. So at that time, Jatayu, who is a bird, he comes and he tries to defend her. I mean, he attacks Ravan and tries to defend Sitaji. Ravan is very easily able to pull out Jatayu at that time. I mean, so he's very easily able to kill Jatayu. In the meantime, Ram and Lakshman, when they return back to the hut and they see that Sitaji is not there, they start searching for her everywhere. They find Jatayu, who is injured and about to die. And Jatayu informs them that she has been abducted by Ravan. Ramji does the last rites of Jatayu, which he did not do even for Darshan. After that, they are searching and they found some monkeys. Those monkeys they are led by they were led by a Bali at that time, and they found Hanuman and Sugriv. Sugriv was the king in exile, and Hanuman was like a minister for him. So what Ramji does is he first helps Sugriv get back his kingdom. He helps him to fight his brother Bali and get back his lost kingdom and his lost wife Tara, because they were monkeys. He had somehow managed to abduct the wife also and the kingdom also. So first Lord Ram fulfills the desire of his friend. In a relationship or friendship, it's give and take. So first he gives, and then there is a question of his taking. After that, when Sugriv becomes the king, he sends out search parties in 4 different directions with instructions on what to do. They have to find Mother Sita and they have to come back and give information to Lord Ram. The direction in which Angad was sent, who's the crown prince, who's the son of Tara, he was sent in that party. Hanumanji was also there, and they were sent in the southern direction. Hanuman, when they reached the ocean, shore of the ocean, at that time, the discussion started because there were no aeroplanes at that time. So how to go across to the other side? And they came to know that Lanka is on the other side. So what to do? Each of the monkeys started saying, I can jump this much yojana. Another said, I can jump this much yojanas. At that time, Hanumanji has forgotten what his powers are. He is reminded of his powers. And then he leaps across the ocean to reach Lanka. He searches for Sitaji in the palaces, and he doesn't find her in the palaces. But he finds Vibhishan praying to Lord Ram in one of the palaces. And then he has a small conversation with him, and they both realize that both are devotees of Lord Ram. He finally finds Sitaji in the Ashok Vatika, which was a garden. She was under a tree, and then he realizes, yes, she cannot be sleeping peacefully in a palace when she has been abducted. And she is sitting very remorsefully, and she is very, and then he hides himself on a tree to see what's going on. And Ravan comes and he starts torturing Sitaji again, trying to convince her to marry him. After he leaves, he drops the ring. One ring had been given by Lord Ram to Hanuman. That I think you may be able to find. If you find Sita, just give her this ring to prove your authenticity. That you have come from as my messenger. So when he drops the ring from the tree, then at that when he starts singing about the glories of Lord Ram, Sitaji's pain is dissipated, and then he meets Sitaji and he gives her the ring. At that time, she is convinced that yes, this ring cannot be manufactured by Rama. This is a fact. This person is a messenger of Lord Ram. So he gives her the ring and he gives her the message of Lord Ram that I will come, you hold on. And he returns. Before returning, he asks Sitaji for permission. Please allow me to eat something. I'm very hungry. So when he goes to eat, there's a big episode in 24 hours, the most eventful 24 hours that have been mentioned in the scriptures. Is these 24 hours. From the time Lord Ram, Hanumanji reaches Lanka, in the next 24 hours, what all happens? It's actually a very, very long thing. To cut it short, he goes to eat fruits and he is captured. He wreaks havoc in the garden, and then he is captured and he got in front of Lord, in front of Hanuman. And then Ravan gets annoyed with him and he tells that, okay, he delivers the message of Lord Ram that I have come as a messenger of Lord Ram. You can please return Sitaji, or you can face defeat because Lord Ram will come and take her back. He will defeat you. So he then tries to harm the messenger, but you cannot kill the messenger as per the terms of that time. So he says, okay, burn his tail. Uski poonch jala do. So then that is enough insult for him. So they tie his tail with a lot of cloth and he keeps on increasing the length of the tail, and then they put a lot of oil in it, and then when they burn it, he uses that to burn the entire Lanka. The entire Lanka, which was called Soneki Lanka, which was golden Lanka, that was burnt. And then he goes and he douses the fire in the ocean, and he returns back with the message of Sitaji. And all the monkeys are very happy. The search party returns to Lord Ram and inform him about the whereabouts of Sitaji. So,
So we see in the case of Jatayu that although he was powerless in front of Ravana, still he put his effort. And in the process, he did some service for Lord Ram, and his name, Lord Rama personally performed his short sermon. Until now, that place is there, Lepakshi, in Andhra Pradesh, where this past time happened. So we are still remembering for his service, it was very significant, although he was powerless before Lord Ram. By endeavoring to do some service, we become recognized, even though we may not be successful. And we see in the case of the Vanaras also, when the pact was drawn between the Sugriva and Rama, there was many tests that was put forward to Lord Rama to see if he was really qualified to fight against Vali. And through the assistance of Hanuman, this pact could happen. So Hanuman played a very important role in bringing together Rama and Sugriva. So the Guru also has a very important role in bringing Lord to the disciple. And we see this throughout the search for Sita Devi, they had to, every moment they were failing. But because they were serving the mission of Lord Ram, somehow it worked out in their favor, even though they were every step facing some problems or challenges. Because they were serving the right mission, they were constantly getting direction at every step. And here we see in the case of Hanuman that he was by a curse in his childhood. He was not aware of his strength. But the seniors like Jambavan, they reminded him of his strength, and then he could do the impossible. So we may not be aware of our own strengths, but if we are part of a great mission, then the people who are also part of that mission can remind us of what is our purpose and goal. And Hanuman is famous Sundarakanda is there. Sundara means is the most beautiful part of the Ramayana because it shows the what are the service opportunities we have.
And what happens? The army of monkeys has reached the shore of the ocean. One person can fly across. The entire army, how does it fly across? They don't know how to do that. So Lord Ram starts praying to the ocean god. Please allow us to cross the ocean. 3 days happen, nothing happens. And even the ocean god is thinking, this can't be God. I mean, he's praying to me, he cannot cross the ocean. After 3 days, Lord Ram says, "Hai bino hoy na priti," and he takes out his bow. And at that time, Sagar understands that no, I have done something wrong, and he comes and he appears in front of Lord Ram and he tells him that there are 2 people in your army, Nal and Neel. They are gifted. If they put any rock on the water, it will float. So, with the help of Nal and Neel, you can make a bridge across the ocean. So after that, what all the monkeys start doing, they start writing Ram and they start giving it to Nal and Neel, and Nal and Neel, they start putting the rocks on the ocean and they start making the bridge. So there is a very interesting pastime that at that time Lord Ram thinks, let me also help them. So he says, everybody is writing Ram, why don't need to write Ram? So he takes a rock and he puts it in the ocean. It sinks. He takes another one. It sinks. He is bewildered. What is happening? So then somebody comes and explains to him, "The Prabhu, आप जिसको छोड़ेंगे वो कैसे करेगा? We are taking your name, and that is why these rocks are floating. But if you drop someone, that person has no future. How can that person float? Even a rock cannot float." So then Lord Ram understands, let them do their duty. There is another story of a small squirrel. Everybody is helping. Somebody is breaking mountains, somebody is bringing rocks, somebody is bringing trees. They are trying to make the bridge. So this small squirrel, she can barely take some few grains of dust, mud, and she is also trying to come and put that in between the rocks. And at that time, Hanuman gets very annoyed with her. Move out of my way. So Lord Ram sees that, and he doesn't like it. He is serving you. So he takes the squirrel in his hand and he just caresses her with his 3 fingers. Even today, every squirrel has those marks of the 3 fingers. That is Lord Ram.
So we see in the case of Hanuman, when he goes to Lanka, he has to search for Sita. In the process, he searches through all the different palaces. At one point, he thinks whether I am a brahmachari, whether I am doing the right thing. So, but then he recollects that he is in the mission of the Lord, and therefore it is justified. So when the goal is justified, then the means also become justified. So that's very important lesson we learn from the case of Hanuman, that because he was fixed on the mission of serving the Lord, whatever he attempted in the process was successful.
So then once the armies reach the other side, at that time, Vibhishan goes and advises Ravan, let's see, you never expected, but the entire army has come here. Tomorrow you will be defeated. So it would be better if you go and hand over Mother Sita. Ravan gets very annoyed with Vibhishan and he throws him, he kicks him out of the kingdom. So Vibhishan gets what he wants, he goes to Lord Ram and he joins Ram's army.
So Vibhishana an example of how we have to take the right side. We see in the case of the Mahabharata war also, this Karna chose to be in the side of Duryodhana, Bhishma, Drona, and although they were very accomplished, but because they chose the wrong side, they had to lay down their lives. In this case of Vibhishana was very intelligent. First of all, he advised his brother properly, and when he was refusing, he rejected him. Because author said, "You can reject a spiritual master if he is not following the path of religion."
So there was a fierce battle after that. And in the fierce battle, Ravan's other brother, Kumbhakarna, his son, Indrajit, they all perished one by one. Eventually, Ravan had to come on the battlefield and he was killed by Lord Ram, and Sita ji and Ramji were reunited. The day Ravan was killed by Lord Ram is celebrated even today as Dashera or Vijayadashmi. That is the day of Vijay or Dharma over Adharma.
So we see this, the wanderers, in one sense they were monkeys, but because they served the mission of the Lord, even though some of them got killed, they were again brought back to life. But in the case of the opposite side, we see Ravana's side. Although they were very powerful, Indrajit means he has conquered over Indra. And Kumbhakarna, actually they were very powerful, but because they were on the wrong side, they were made to choose the wrong boons. The Kumbhakarna got the boon that he can sleep for 6 months. So this one by one, although all of them very powerful as compared to the Vanaras, because even Ravana thought that what will this army of monkeys do? But Hanuman gave him a sample of what is going to happen in the future. Even then, he had the opportunity to understand the power of Lord Rama. But he was proud of his strength, and in the process, gradually he had to lose everything. And whoever was on his side also, they had to lay down their lives. Just like Duryodhana, he sacrificed the life of all the powerful people on his side because he was opposing the Pandavas or Dharma.
So then what happened? When Ravan is killed, what does Ram do? He does not go and place himself on the throne. He places Vibhishan on the throne. And he makes Vibhishan the king of Lanka. That is the biggest lesson that none of us have ever learned. That is detachment. The moment we get something or we fight for something and we get it is ours because I worked hard for it. But he was on the side of Dharma. He placed Vibhishan on the throne.
So we see in the case of Vibhishan, when he was trying to join the party of Lord Rama, the Vanaras were suspicious of his intention. But Lord Rama, he took the decision to accept Vibhishana because Lord Rama said that anyone who comes surrenders to me, I will not reject him from my shelter. So that is the case with any one of us, even if we have wrong intentions, when we are surrendered to devotion, then we become purified. And even now we see Vibhishan, the Srirangam temple, the deity is still facing the direction of Sri Lanka because Vibhishana got the opportunity to take the Ranganath deity to his place, but due to some reason, as a pastime of the Lord decided to stay in Sri Lanka, but he gave the benediction that he will be facing in the direction of Sri Lanka.
So the journey back to Ayodhya was completed in 21 days. That is why there are 21 days between Dashera and Diwali. So when Lord Ram and Lakshmanji and Sita ji returned back after 14 years in exile, the entire city of Ayodhya was lit up with lamps because it was the night of Amavasya. So they said there cannot be any darkness because Lord Ram is returning. So every house, every family, every street was filled with tears of light, which we are doing even today as the government.
So wherever the Guru is there, you can light the lamp in our heart by which you can see the Lord. So this the arrival of Lord Rama back to Ayodhya shows that if we welcome the Lord into our heart, there is no place for darkness.
The full family is reunited after 14 years. What are the lessons you learn? All right, so we just skip it. I want to show you some real life pictures, today's pictures. This is Ram Setu on the left. This has been It is still, you can see it, I mean, the satellite pictures still show the Ram Setu between Kanyakumari and Sri Lanka. The middle picture is the Jatayu Nature Park in Kerala. The third picture is Jatayu Tirtham in Rameshwaram. And these are pictures of floating stones in water in Rameshwaram. There are other contemporary pictures. These are Lord Ram's murtis which are outside of India. So we have in Bangkok, we have in Bali, we have in Aceh, Indonesia. And recently, there are so many famines across the world, and the riverbeds, whenever across Europe and America, what is coming out is temple and deities. So it is all across the world.
In South America, Japan, in all these places, you can see paintings of Lord Rama. In Russia, it is being found. So this Ramayana is an epic where you can learn many lessons. Of course, we give only a few lessons, but even the more we keep reading, the more and more lessons you can learn from this Ramayana and the Mahabharata, which are epics, which any common man can learn a lesson with even without knowing the deep philosophy. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. I hope we could deliver some message to this conference.
I guess now again the same question which I have asked previously, that this happened during Treta Yuga while we are carrying Kali. So there are several life lessons which we can use even in Kali to get salvation, we can say. The problem with human is that in this temporary world, in this temporary body, we want everything permanent. So that is the issue with the human. So now again, there is no harm in chanting the Lord name. Again, this time, Jai Janki Vallabha. Again, recite with me. Jai Janki Vallabha. Jai Janki Vallabha. Jai Janki Vallabha. Can anyone from the audience tell me what is the meaning of Janki Vallabha? Yeah, it's so simple. It's the name of husband of Janki, which is Lord Ram. So now next event is a little bit more interesting. It is a visual piece which is going to be taken care by Satya Sanskarshan Prabhu. So I invite him.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We are very, very happy that we are celebrating Rama Navmi today. So I thought, because most of us have already heard Ramayana stories, so we had thought that we will show certain pictures to you, and you all can raise your hand. We'll not be able to give everyone a chance, but at least unique participants, they can answer every time. And they also have some special spiritual books as gift for those who answer correctly. So I'll be showing some pictures. It will be visual, and you have to answer the question. I'll ask the question, and you will see it. My name is Satyasan Krishnadas. I did my bachelor's from MIT Trichy, and later I did my master's from IIT BHU. And I had come here for some sessions for some of the students here in IIT Madras. So I'm very happy that Srinivas Nitai Prabhu and Mataji were organizing this beautiful Rama Navami festival. I thought I'll also just share some things with all of you. So we'll begin with a small verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, which glorifies the pastimes and the character of Lord Rama. So it goes like this. Purusho Rama Charitam Shavane Rupadharam Amra Samshapado Rajani Karma Bandher Vimuchyate. The shloka says that when we hear the glorious character and life of Lord Ram
Purusho Ramacharitam. Shravane Rupadharayan. If we hold this katha in our ears, then something very special happens to the hearers. And it says that Amra Samsha Padorajan Karma Bandhya Vimuchyate. It says that from our heart, all the negativity, the envy, the competitive mentality, all that goes away. And we develop love for the Lord. And that leads to our eternal salvation. Karma Bandhe Vimuchyate. So we will, is that PPT there? We'll begin. I was thinking that the quiz should have happened earlier because during the course of the presentation, many of the questions I saw that what questions I had prepared, many of them were displayed. Let's see how much all of you were attentive. We'll find it out. Because it's a visual quiz, so I don't want to begin the questions without looking. Someone is there with the mic for the audience? Okay. And one of you can be with the gifts also. Go ahead. Okay. So, go to the first question. Yeah. So this is a very special pastime. I think in the lecture also it came in middle. So this is someone is taking it, Mother Sita, Lord Ram and Lakshman crossing the river. So can someone quickly tell which pastime it is? Who is that personality? It's a very easy question. What is the name of that person who is taking? Please give. No, not Guha. Guha is not the right answer. Guha was the Nishad Raj. He was the king of Nishadas. So this is, what is the name of that boatman? Very. Please raise your hand. No, not you. Because they helped me in making the PPT. They cannot raise hand. Yeah. Someone? Yes, anyone? What is the name of the boatman? It's a very famous pastime. Yeah. Keyword. What's your name, sir? Vinod. Very old. Very nice. Thank you. Let me tell you some little. Please give him a gift. So this keyword pastime. Does anyone know where did this pastime take place? This pastime, where did it take place? This is Arayu River, but the exact place where it took place, there's a place called as Ramghat in Sringavirpur. Sringavirpur is around 30 kilometers from Prayagraj, the Sangam. So Lord Ram, when he moved from Ayodhya, he came to this place called Sringavirpur, and in Sringavirpur there was this cavern, and there is a place called as Ramghat. And then he crossed Lord Ram across to the boat, and Lord Ram entered into Prayagraj when he crossed the river. It's a very, very special story of Kevat. Because when Kevat came and Lord Ram asked, "Can you please help me cross this river?" Then Kevat said that, "Why not? I'll surely cross. This is such a beautiful opportunity. You and Mother Sita and Lakshman, I'll cross, but I have a condition." Lord Ram said, "What is your condition?" He said that My condition is that first I will wash your feet thoroughly because I don't want any dust to remain on your feet. And then only I will allow you to sit on the boat. So then Lord Ram said that, why this condition? Then he said that long before I have heard, when you were a small child, you were going towards Mithila, that time you had touched your feet to a stone, and that stone converted into which lady? Ahilya. So he said, what if your lotus feet dust, it touches my boat and it gets converted into another woman? I already have one wife. To serve her, I am having this boat. If this boat also gets converted into another lady, then it will be too difficult for me to maintain. So then he says that Ram and Sita, they were all smiling at the nice way he was explaining. So he washed the feet, then he drank because that is Charnamrit. And after he crossed, so Ram was thinking that I don't have anything to give to him because I am in forest. So Sita understood this. And what Sita does, Sita takes out her ring, the ring which her mother had given during the marriage. She took out the ring and gave to Ram. And Ram gives this ring to Kevat. And Kevat says, no, all this is, you are a cheater. You are cheating me. I crossed you across the river, so you should also cross me across the Bhavasagar. Because I am a small boatman, I cross you across a small river. You are a big boatman, so you should cross me at time of my death across the Bhavasagar. And you should take me to spiritual world. So Ram smiled. Then he did not accept that ring. Interestingly, Lord Ram is a very disciplined man. So if he got a ring from Sita and he gave it to Kevat and Kevat rejected, ideally, according to Ram's character, what he should have done, he should have given it back to Sita. But he did not give. He himself wore it. And Sita was thinking, this is very peculiar. My husband does not act like this. But she did not say anything. Later, this was the same ring which Lord Ram gives to Hanumanji. And Hanumanji shows this to Mother Sita. So this pastime has a lot of significance. Please go ahead. Okay. So this is a very simple question. Who is revered as the author of Ramayana? Valmiki Ramayana? Yes, it is Valmiki. You will not get gift for this question. You will get for the second part. Before becoming a great saint, what is the past of Valmiki?
He was dacoit called Ratnakar.
Yeah, very nice. So what happened? So you can explain little what happened. How did he convert into such a great saint?
I think Narada met him and asked him to chant the Ram.
So Narada met him, very good. We will give you the prize, don't worry. Narada met him. He asked him to chant the name of Lord Ram. But interestingly, Valmiki, at that time Ratnakar, could not even utter the name Rama. It could not come out from his mouth. So Narada understood that he is so simple that he is not able to pronounce the name Ram. So what did he do? He told him to chant Mara, because he was killing and he was looting people. He said, you chant Mara, 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 Mara. And this got converted into Ram Nam. This shows that every saint had a past and every sinner has a future. The personality, Valmiki, who in his past could not even chant the name of Ram, this personality, by the power of holy name, got so pure, became so pure, that he became the author of the greatest poetry to be ever composed, the Kavya, Ramayana. And he glorified Ram in such a way that till today we are reading his Ramayana and becoming Ramamay. There's the power of the holy name, which Valmiki's life shows us. Please go ahead. Okay, just go behind once. Go to the previous slide. I'll ask one more interesting question in this. Can anyone tell what is the time when Valmiki is actually writing this Ramayana? Do you know what was Ram's age when Valmiki started writing Ramayana? Any guesses? It's a difficult question, but there is analysis in the Ramayana itself. That when was Ramayana being written by Valmiki? Before the birth of Rama? No. Yes, please. Please give it a minute.
When love fish was born at that time.
Something, you're close to the answer. Basically, Ram has returned back to Ayodhya. The fight of Ram and Ravana is over. Sita has been brought back, and Sita has been brought back to Ayodhya. And after that, when Ram starts ruling as the king, that is the time when Valmiki Ramayana has been written. How do we know this? I tell you the reason. If you see in the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, the first 100 verses, they are spoken by Narad Muni. Narad Muni speaks Sanshipta Ramayana. In 100 verses, he speaks the entire Ramayana in this, and then Valmiki elaborates on that. In those verses, you will find that Narada speaks in past tense till the time Ram is coronated as the king after Vanvas. And after this point, Narada starts speaking in future tense. That this Ram, he will rule for 11,000 years more, and he will do this, and his kingdom will be prosperous. It will be called as Ram Rajya. So that is the point where you can understand that this is the time when the shift between past tense and future tense is happening, and this is the point where Ramayana has been actually written. And it is like, I'm talking about approx years. Ram is considered to be around 41 years when Ramayana is being written. The calculation for this is when Vishwamitra took Ram with him, Dashrath says to Vishwamitra that my son is not even 16 years. How can you take my son? So this shows that Ram must be somewhere around 15 years when Vishwamitra was taking him. And then Ram gets married to Sita. And after marriage, there is certain calculation that they stayed in the palace for 12 years. So 15 years plus 12 years after marriage, and then Vanvas for 14 years. Altogether put around 41 years. So this is the time when Valmiki actually is writing Ramayana. Please go ahead. Can anyone guess what is the name of this demon? This is a demon which was killed by Ram and Lakshmana. This is not Taraka. Taraka is a woman demon, like she demon. But this is a single, if you observe it, it only has one eye. Single-eyed demon it is. Something like our television, one eye. So this is, yes, please do.
Is it Kabanda?
Kabanda. Hari Bol. Very nice. Kabanda. Now we are giving. They are giving. In South India, they have this. Kabanda is famous for his strong bhuja. Kabanda Bahu. Kabanda Bahu means someone who has very strong arms. So Ram and Lakshman, what they do? They cut off his arms, and that is how he is killed. He had got a curse. He later directs Ram and Lakshman towards Shabari's ashram and all that. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Can anyone tell which are these two pastimes? This pastime is from Ram Leela, and that pastime is from Krishna Leela. Someone who has not answered. This pastime from Ram Leela, that pastime from Krishna Leela. He's telling the answer. So you're correct. The right side pastime is, what is the name? No, right side. Yeah. Putana, very nice. And what is the left side pastime? What you said just now? Tadaka. So please give us some prize. But actually, I had not planned prize for this answer. That was easy. The answer which I was looking for is the next question in this. What is the similarity between these two pastimes? There is something very similar. Don't say that both of them are women. That is very clear. But something more is there. Okay, she's raising the hand.
In Krishna and Ram pastime, both of the Lord has killed first woman.
Yeah. Very well. The significance of these two pastimes are in Krishna Leela, the first demon which Krishna killed was Putana, And in Ram Leela, the first demon which Ram killed was Taraka. Go ahead. Okay. I think already in the discussion this pastime came. This is Ahilya's pastime. So I changed the question. Which pastime is depicted and where did it take place? Where did it take place? I think Mataji had told in the class also that while Vishwamitra was taking all of them towards Mithila, so close to Mithila there is an ashram. Whose ashram? So can someone name the husband of Ahilya? Gautam Rishi. Gautam Rishi was the husband of Ahilya. You'll not get prize for this. This is easy. I'll ask the question. Ahilya's pastime took place in Gautam Rishi's ashram, but there was a person in the court of Mithila, Janak Maharaj, just like Vashishta was the head priest of Dashrath. Similarly, the Kulguru for Janak, there was a person. This person, when Vishwamitra goes with Ram and Lakshman, so he says to this person, this because he's also a priest, he's also a Kulguru for Mithila. So he says, do you know who are these personalities? He says, who are these? And then he says, they are the sons of the great king Dasharath. He says, so what? And then he says, these are the guys, they are the supreme lord. I don't believe in this. Then he said, these are the people who killed Subahu, who killed Tadaka. He said, that's okay, I can also do that. He was not getting impressed by anything what Ram and Lakshman till now is doing. At that time, Vishwamitra says something. Vishwamitra says, and while we were coming towards Mithila, there was an ashram of Gautam Rishi. And he said, what happened there? And he said that when Ram and Lakshman went to that Gautam Rishi's ashram, there was a stone which was lying there. What happened to that stone? And then he said, as soon as Ram's feet touched that stone converted into Ahilya. And this fellow started jumping and dancing like anything. And Vishwamitra was thinking, till now I spoke so many glories of Ram, he was not at all impressed. Why this Ahilya pastime is so impressive to him? Then this Rishi tells that Ahilya, who had become a stone for so many years, is none other than my mother. And because I could not free my mother, and I knew that only the Supreme Lord's touch can free her. So now I understand that Ram and Lakshmana are none other than the Supreme Lord. So can anyone tell the name of that Rishi who was the son of Ahilya, who was the main person, main Kulguru for Mithila? Just please give him the mic.
Ashtavakra Rishi.
No, not Ashwara. It's a little uncommon, not so famous. The name of the Rishi is Sadanand Rishi. Sadanand Rishi was the person who is there. You will see in the pictures of Ramayana, while Sita and Ram are being married, there are two Rishis. One is Vishwamitra and one is Sadanand Rishi. Go ahead. Okay. What is the verse which Vishwamitra speaks to wake up Ram and Lakshman? This is interesting. Because for the first time, Vishwamitra is going with Ram and Lakshman, and in the night they take rest. They are like young boys, they're taking rest. See, if we humans, if we get up early morning, the early morning phase of ours is we don't want to show it to anybody till the time we take a fresh bath and we brush our teeth and we sleep. But for the Lord, it is explained that the morning darshan of his getting up, that is called Mangal darshan. So this Mangal darshan is the most auspicious darshan and very, very beautiful. And Vishwamitra observed that the morning sun rays are falling on the face of the Lord, and he's seeing the Lord, Ram and Lakshman, waking up, and so just like mothers wake up the children. So Vishwamitra today was thinking that every time this opportunity, every day is with Kaushalya. For the first time in my life, I had the opportunity to wake up Ram and Lakshman, and he was waking them. So while waking them, he sang something, which is very, very famous. It is very famous in South India, especially. So what is that stotram which he sang? Someone who has not answered can answer. Yes. Who was answering? Someone? Yeah. So there he sings this Venkateshwar Suprabhatam. कौशल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूला कर्तव्यं दैवमान्वितम् उत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्ता त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु. So this verse says Kaushalya, that's why he's remembering Kaushalya. It starts with Kaushalya because he's remembering that Kaushalya gets this opportunity to wake him up. And he says, Kaushalya Supraja Rama Pura Sandhya Pravartate. Oh, the Sandhya is gone, the night is gone, the morning has come. Oh, darling of Kaushalya, please get up. And he says, Uttishta, he says that Uttishta Narasha Bhula Kartavyam Daivam Manditam. He says, you are a lion amongst men, amongst all humans. Narasha Bhula, you are a lion amongst men. And please get up to perform your duties for which you have descended to this world. Like that is it. Go ahead. I think someone answered here. Oh, you got some? Yeah. So these are three obstacles which Hanumanji faced while he was crossing the ocean. Does anyone know the name of these three obstacles? First is a mountain, second a demoness, third also another demoness. Anyone knows the names of these demons? So this is on the way towards Lanka while he's crossing the ocean. Someone is raising hand here, I think. You know the answer? You know one? Okay. Which one is Surasa? Which is Surasa? The middle one. The middle one. The middle one is Surasa. The first one is? It's a mountain. Yes? No, not Mandara. Not Mandara. Even the names are similar, but Mandara is a quite different mountain. This mountain is named as Mainaka mountain. There's Mainak, the next is Surasa, and the last one, not Lankini. Lankini he meets after he reaches Lanka. He is the doorkeeper of Lanka. So this last demon is called Simika. So you all can remember. This is Mainaka, this is Surasa, and the last one is Simika. I'll tell you very briefly what these three demons were doing. The first, Mainak mountain. So Mainak mountain was situated in the depths of the ocean, and to serve Hanuman, she wanted to give him comfort and give him some nice place to rest. But Hanuman overcome this obstacle known as complacency or laziness, because he knew that I'm on a very urgent mission. I cannot take rest till the time this mission is accomplished. So this is the obstacle of complacency which Hanuman overcame. The second demon was the demon of competitive mentality. Surasa was growing in size, Hanuman was growing in size, Surasa was growing more, Hanuman was growing more. Surasa had got a boon from Brahma that nobody can cross you until and unless he enters your mouth. So finally, when Hanuman saw that Surasa is reaching the sky and I am also so tall, there's no point having this kind of ego tussle. And finally, Hanuman becomes as small as a fly and enters into the mountain, comes out. And he says, Surasa, I'm here. I've gone into your mouth and come out, now please allow me. And then Surasa allows. And the last demon is the demon of holding on to negativity. Because what Simika was doing, Simika held the shadow of Hanuman and was not allowing Hanuman to go ahead. So sometimes in life, all of us have some shadow also. Shadow refers to the dark part. But when someone holds on to it, then he cannot see the brighter side and go ahead in life. So Hanuman kills Simika also, which is like fault finding or holding on to negativity. Please go ahead. Okay. Can you tell who's that personality? Who is what is happening there? At least that blue color dress is very simple to guess. Who is he? Balramji. No gift for this. So Balramji, this is correct. There is a person with whom Balramji is fighting, which is happening in Dwapar Yuga in Krishna Lila. But this same guy, he, even though in Krishna Lila he appears like he looks like a demon, has demonic tendency, but this person in Ram Lila was a great servant of Lord Ram. So he was in fact one, whenever you see monkeys photo, like in Ram Lila, that who were the prominent monkeys, he was one of the most prominent monkeys of Ram Lila, one of the most prominent Vanaras of Ram Lila, who helped in finding Sita. But by the time Krishna Lila comes, because of wrong association, because of lot of bad association, he got corrupted, and this fellow becomes a very simple demon, and Balramji kills him. So can you name the demon who, like, this soldier of Ram, of Vanara soldier, who later becomes a demon? Yes, please. Vali? Oh no, not Vali. This is some other demon. Jambavan. Jambavan was a great devotee of Lord. So Jambavan is, see, it is correct that Jambavan was there in Krishna Lila, but he never ever became corrupted. In fact, Jambavan has a fight with Krishna, and in that Panja fight, dual fighting, nobody is able to win over each other. And Jambavan realizes that this person is none other than Lord Ram, who has come as Lord Krishna. And Jambavan says, sorry, Prabhu, I fought with you. So I want to rectify my mistake by giving my daughter in marriage to you. And he married Jambavati to Krishna. So Jambavati was one of the wives of Krishna.
Supreme.
No, not Supreme. Someone who knows Krishna Lila can tell easily. And then you can tell. Because this is easy. But maybe Mataji will. Dvivida. This is Dvivida gorilla. It's a gorilla, Dvivida gorilla. So this Dvivida gorilla was one of the most important soldiers in Lord Ram's army. But this person takes association of Narakasura. And that's why he gets corrupted. And that's why in future he becomes this Dvivida only. Dvivida has a long life. Many of the Vanaras in Lord's army, they have very long life. But Jambavan has a very long life. Hanuman has a long life. Dvivida also has a very long life. There is one more reason why Balram kills him. In Ram Leela, Dvivida was a great servant of Ram, but he did not give proper respect to Lakshman. So Lakshman did not kill him that time because he served in the mission. But in the next incarnation, as Balram, he killed Dvivida. Go ahead. Okay, why did Janak keep the condition of breaking Shivadhanush as the eligibility to marry Sita? I think this is already discussed. So we will not give gift for this. So, they can answer? Okay. Answer someone who has not answered can answer. Yes, someone here, you can give.
Because Sita can lift that during.
Sita was able to lift that with her left hand. And she would sometimes take it and hit on the tree branch to get a ball. Or she would use it to remove the ball from the bottom of that place where that Shivadhanush was kept. Ordinarily, thousands of people, thousands of warriors and huge wrestlers would be required to lift that Shivadhanush and move that. Just to move it. Because so many were required. So Darshat was, Janak was thinking that whoever marries my daughter, at least he should be able to lift it, string it. This much at least he should be able to do. Because Sita is able to lift it so effortlessly. Tomorrow, if my daughter embraces a husband, that will be the first and last embrace. So that is why Darshat kept this, that at least this much power he should have. Go ahead. Okay, names of the two monkeys who played key role as architects in building Ram Setu. This also was discussed. This is, what is the name? Nal and Nal and. Okay, can you tell how much was the ocean with, like how much they had to According to Ramayana, I'm not talking through satellite and imagery. According to Ramayana, what is the actual calculation? 100 yojanas. 100 yojanas means 800 miles. One yojana is 8 miles, 13 kilometers. So 1300 kilometers according to that calculation, according to what Ramayana says. Go ahead. Okay. You know which yajna is this? Which yajna is this? Putra Kameshti yajna. Through which they got the payasam for getting the sons. Okay. The question is not this. The question is, who was the head priest of this yajna? There was a very special personality who became the head priest of this yajna. And someone is very correct. I don't know who it is. Rishyasthana. Very nice. Very well. I'll tell you who will Rishyasthana. Please give some gift to him. Rishyasthana was a very, very famous sage. Rishyasthana's pastime is very long. I'll not go into detail of that. Rishyasthana was the son of Vibhandak. Vibhandak was a sage who was very austere, but generally, just like anywhere, you have competitive mentality, even in corporates, colleges, everywhere. So if rishis do a lot of tapasya and penance, so the people in heaven, like Indra, they get insecure. So Indra sent an apsara telling that he distract this Vibhandak. So Vibhandak sees the apsara, he does not get distracted. Vibhandak is a very self-controlled sage. But the apsara goes to Vibhandak and says, I want a son from you. And the sage says that, see, if a lady approaches me, then I am bound to give, but I cannot come together with you. What I will do, I will give my bodily energy to you. You can use that and get a son. And he takes out his energy of his body and gives it in a pot to this lady, this apsara. But this apsara had no plan to get a son through Vibhandak. He only came to distract him. So what this lady does, she takes that particular substance and puts it in the womb of a deer. And that energy was so powerful that immediately from the deer, son was born. And his name was Rishyasthana. And Rishyasthana, when he was born, because he was born of a deer, so he has a deer horn. Then what happens? Vibhandak says that this lady simply cheated me because I gave her, I thought that she's a genuine lady, but she cheated me, and now my tapobal is lost. So what he does, he says that I will protect my son and I will not allow my son to come in association of any ladies in the nearby vicinity. And he makes such strict rules for his ashrama, and he does not allow anybody to come. And then a lot of things happen. Finally, there was a drought in a kingdom of Romapad Rishi. And Romapad was one of the friends of Dasharath. So this Romapad Rishi, he asked his ministers how to remove this drought. And they said that you need a very, very powerful celibate, a very powerful personality to come and step in your kingdom, and then you will immediately see rains coming. And he said, who is that kind of powerful guy here? And he said, in your kingdom only, in the outskirts, there's an ashram of Vibhandak where his son stays. And his son is very, very pure. His father has protected him right from his childhood. He has never given him any smartphones, Wi-Fi, nothing. So he said that you go, you call that fellow. As soon as he will come to your kingdom, rain will start. So then, through some trick, he gets Rishyasthana. But for Rishyasthana, it was the first time he saw all that kingdom and everyone. And he knew, Romapad knew that as soon as Vibhandak will know that we have somehow looted his son from his ashram, he'll become very angry and cursed. And that time, he marries Rishyasthana to a girl who was Shanta. Shanta is none other than the daughter of Dasharath. So Dasharath had a daughter, Shanta, whom he gave to Romapad Rishi, Romapad king. This is, I am not speaking from this. Ramcharitmanas में नहीं है, वाल्मीकि रामायण में. Yeah. I'll clarify. Don't worry. Okay, fine. See, I was not there when Vishnu Singh was married.
Ramcharitmanas is not, the Ramcharitmanas is not the only text on Ramayana. तुलसीदास जी जो है वो वाल्मीकि के ही अवतार हैं। वाल्मीकि रामायण में इसका मेंशन है। आपने वाल्मीकि रामायण नहीं पढ़ा है तो मैं आपको गिफ्ट कर दूंगी मेंशन है।
एक मिनट सर, आराम से, आराम, don't worry. We have learned about equality from Lord Ram. Yes. Yes. Don't worry, we are not speaking from here and there on our own imagination. See, do you know how many Ramayans exist? Do you know how many Ramayans exist? Fine. Please. You come to Nishad Raj Guha's kingdom. I will take you personally. See, I am coming from Prayagraj. 30 kilometers from Prayagraj. There is a king. There, हाँ, आप आइए प्रयागराज, मैं आपको श्रृंगेरपुर लेके जाऊंगा। श्रृंगेरपुर में वहां पर शांता और ऋषिशृंग का एक मंदिर है। There you will see the deity of Rishishringa, you will see the deity of Shanta, and you will see that actually Nishad Raj Guha ke kingdom mein there is an excavation site, there is Ramghat. I will show you all the places. You may think that it is not there in Ramcharitmanas. It may not be there. It may not be there because not necessarily that in one scripture every pastime is described. But there is Kama Ramayana, there is Valmiki Ramayana, and Valmiki Ramayana is by the way, Valmiki is considered the original author of Ramayana. If there is any confusion between any other Ramayana versions, what is there? First of all, you have to also know that Treta Yuga is not just one Yuga. It's a cyclic order. So there may be some pastimes which have happened in this Yuga, this Treta Yuga. There are other Divya Yugas where Treta, Dwapar, Satya, Kali, this cycle goes. It is not that in every Yuga the same pastime will happen. The same way Ram will kill, the same way things will happen. It's not necessary. Lord Ram's pastimes they have a lot of variety. What to speak of difference of opinion between our Ramayana? Do you know that there are other traditions where Ramayana is also present? There is Indonesian Ramayana where the characters' names are different. But when we read scriptures, instead of arguing on the external details of scriptures, we should focus on the message of the scripture, the essence of scripture. That is the central message. No Ramayana will be there in the world where Ravana is portrayed as a hero. That only modern cinemas can do. Ravan ki shakti dekhi, bhakti nahi dekhi. This is one serial they got. No Ramayana will be there where Sita will start getting attracted to Ravana. No Ramayana will be there where Ram is told to that you are banished to forest, and Ram says, I will do withdraw. No Ramayana is there like that. What I mean to say, beyond the superficial differences on external details, what is common thread is the essence and the principles, which should always be focused. This is my honest opinion. Okay, go ahead. So this Rishishringa is and Shanta, they are also connected, and that is how Dashrath then gets him as the head priest. Okay. Can you name which kanda these particular episodes take place? The first one is Ram meeting Sugriva. In which kanda it takes place? It happens in Kishkinda. What is the next one? Hanuman meeting Sita. Sundarakanda. Very nice, Sundarakanda. And what is the last one? Yuddhakanda. So this is correct. What are the other three kandas other than this? So and yeah, one of you can answer, then we will give a gift also, please. Kishkinda, Sundara, and this is Yuddhakanda. Some three more are there before this. First is Balakanda. Yeah, Ayodhya Kanda is second one, and third one is Aranyaka. Yeah, Aranyaka. Uttarakhand is the last seventh one. Okay. So you can give him some. You got the right answer, please give it. You may have some difference of opinion in some details, but we are devotees of Ram. Go ahead. What are the names of the daughter-in-law of Dashrath? I think in the PPT earlier also it had come. Can any one person? Sita is obviously there, other than Sita. Three more. Yes? Who can answer? Urmila, okay. Urmila, two more. Mandavi and Sukriti. I think Mataji answered here. You can give some gift to Mataji. Here she will answer. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'll just briefly at this point, just go in one slide behind. I just share because I was discussing about essence of Ramayana. So we should know that Ramayana is much more than just details and some names. Rama, the name Rama means Ramante Yogino Anante Satyananda Chidatmani Iti Rama Padonasani Param Brahma Abhidhiyate. Rama means a personality who is always filled with full pleasure. And he simply, whoever comes in touch, becomes fully pleasurable. He gives all pleasure to everyone. That is Rama. Lakshmana. Lakshmana means Lakshmi Sampanno iti Lakshmana. Lakshmana means a person who is always endowed with service to Lord Rama. Generally, people in this world think Lakshmi means wealth. But Lakshmana is showing that the wealth, real wealth is the wealth of service. Seva to Lord Rama. So Lakshmana is the only character who never got separated to Rama. And Bharat, the meaning of Bharat is explained that Bharavahi iti Bharata. Bharat is a personality in Ramayana who is the most misunderstood guy. What is the boj which he is carrying? The bhar he is carrying. It is the boj of misunderstanding. Most of the people in his kingdom misunderstood him, that he is into conspiracy with Kaikeyi. And the greatest misunderstanding he had with was his own father. Because his father thought that Bharat is involved in the conspiracy. And the problem was that his father died before Bharat came and gave an explanation. So Bharat, for his whole life, he had to live with that misunderstanding. That's why he's called Bharat, Bharavani. And Shatrughna is a person who has conquered inner Shatrus. So he has conquered all the inner enemies. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So this is which pastime? A very famous pastime of. Please tell loudly. Shabri. So you have to tell the name of the guru of Shabri, who actually told her to stay there, that Lord Ram will come in future. There is a particular rishi who was the guru of Shabri. Anyone can tell? Matanga Rishi. Very nice. So Matanga Rishi was the person who actually gave this knowledge to Shabri that you stay. Go ahead. Okay. Which is the mountain from which Lord Hanuman he jumped? Mahendra. Very nice. Very good. And how far it was? I already told you it was 100 years. Go ahead. Okay, where did this pastime take place? Which pastime is this? Surpanaka. Surpanaka's nose being cut. Which is the place where this pastime took place? Panchavati. Little more exact. What? Dandakadami is like a very huge place, like very big place. You know, in Maharashtra there is a place, because the nose was cut, it has been named not Nagpur. Nasik. Nagpur is famous for oranges. This is Nasik. This is the place Nasik. Yeah. And whom did she approach first? As soon as her nose was cut, she ran to some people. Her and Dushan. First, she went to Kar and Dushan. And Kar and Dushan came and attacked with their army. How much army was there? How many soldiers were there? 14,000. Very nice. 14,000 army. And when 14,000 soldiers came, Lakshmana was thinking, oh, from so many days I am not having any fight. Because he is Kshatriya, he wants to fight. So he told Ram, Ram, you just go inside. I just finish off all these people and I'll just come. Ram said, no, you go inside. I want to fight. Lakshmana said, but these are like two cheap demons for your stature. This is good for me. I can handle them. You go inside. Ram said, no, no. There's something which I have to prove. That's why I should fight. Lakshman was not hearing. And finally Ram said, Lakshman, I'm ordering you. This is my internal family matter. You go inside. Then Lakshman was like, what family matter he's telling me? What family he has? Only one wife he has. He says, when later it is revealed that one time when Sita and Ram and Lakshman were walking, so Sita had asked Ram this question. Sita said to Ram, see, from the time marriage has happened, I've never seen you using these bow and arrow and all these things. I've heard that you are a very big Dhanurdhar and all this, but I don't think you actually use this. They look like toys. And Ram was like, little, it hurt him. And he said, hey, what are you speaking? If someone hears, what they will think? I'm from Raghukul, you don't know, we are very big warriors. Our dynasty is filled with warriors. And then Sita said, but he's saying like this because I never saw it. You may be warrior. So Ram said, whenever opportunity comes, I will show you, don't worry. And that day, Ram thought that this is the best opportunity. 14,000 soldiers are coming, I will kill everyone. And then Ram, within half an hour, he killed all the 14,000 army. 14,000 soldiers were killed. And Sita was watching all this from a window. And when this whole fight, this miraculous fight happened, Ram in fact did some things in that, where the soldiers were seeing in each other Ram and they were killing each other and 14,000 were killed. And then finally, as soon as the war got over, Sita comes with a garland and garlands Ram. And she says to Ram, thank God you did not display this in front of my father. Otherwise, he would have married my other three sisters also to you only. Like that, he says, this is the, then Ram's family matter got solved. Go ahead. Which special mantra Ram chanted while he was killing Ravana? So he had chanted a particular mantra. I'm not going to ask what mantra it was, only the name of the mantra. What name of the mantra he chanted?
Aditya
Very nice.
given by Mahasi Agastya.
Very nice, very nice. This was given by Agastya Rishi. Agastya Rishi did not give it for battle with Ravana. Agastya Rishi just gave it as knowledge to Lord Rama. But as blessings of Agastya, he chanted this mantra while shooting the final arrow towards Ravana. Aditya Hridaya mantra. Yeah, go ahead. Please give some advice to me. Very nice answer. Which pastime is depicted in this story? This is very easy. This is mantra and faith. So mantra actually refers to our mind. Sometimes we, as devotees, may have very good intentions to do some good in this world, but what may come as an obstacle and as a virus in our system is this mantra, which is the mind. Go ahead. Why did Hanumanji had to bring this Sanjeevani mountain? For what purpose he brought? Lakshman was unconscious, and for Lakshman he had brought this. Very nice. Yeah. Who is this Vanara who is standing here? Angad. Very nice. Angad. Go ahead. Yeah. So here we end our quiz. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I would like to thank Satya Prabhu. He came all the way from Varanasi, station in Varanasi. We took the time to come. Thank you.
I would surely I would surely like to have discussion with Flo, and I'll show him from Ramayana where that is mentioned, where the description of Rishishringa is there, and how Rishishringa gets married, and this whole description is there. I'll show you. Because just so that we have our doubts also resolved. That's why we have these meetings in these.
Hello? Yeah, it was a little bit more interactive. So now we'll move ahead. But before that, again, let's have one more. Again, recite Jai Shri Raghunath Ji. Jai Shri Raghunath Ji. Jai Shri Raghunath Ji. Now next we have bhajan, but wait, why bhajan every time? We already had twice a bhajan. The reason is in this Kalyug, the only thing that we can do to reciprocate the name of Lord is by hearing, which gives peace to our restless mind. So this bhajan do that work. So for that, I will like to invite Kavya and Pallavi for bhajan.
Those who can perform Karta or Vedanga can. Voice.
Jai Shri Ram. Today we will be singing Rama Navmi as the first version. It is written by Shri Vaishnava devotee Lakshmanacharya. We are very delighted to share this version with you all.
Can you get the mic closer to you?
Brahma Parat Parana Aratmat Paramesh Kirana Kula Mandana The next version is written by Sri Ram.
version is beautifully describing the glories of Lord Ram. Just by hearing this version, it can manifest love and devotion for Lord Ram in the hearts of the listeners. चंद्राय जनकराज मनोहराय चंद्राय
Can we have one big round of applause for them? Okay. Okay. Before going ahead, again, just recite again the god name. Jai Shri Kausalyai. Jai Shri Kausalyai. Jai Shri Kausalyai. Again, anyone from the audience who means what they mean by Kausalyai? Son of Kausalya. We have listened the bhajan, we have learned the life lessons, we had the peace. Now, any one of you can say that there is one more art in our culture, which is even represented by Lord Shiva in his dancing form as what is the name of Lord Shiva in dancing form? Right. So next we have the dance from Sindhuja Reddy. So I will invite her on the stage. Kindly clap for her. What a nice dance performance. Again, a big round of applause. Again, we'll chant one more name. Jai Vedanta Sir. Jai Vedanta Sir. Jai Vedanta Sir. What do you mean by this? Why we are reciting this? What is the meaning of this? The one who is the essence of all Vedanta. So next we'll have one more event, but wait a second. Wait a minute. I think you might be remembering one meme on this. Wait a minute. We heard bhajans, seen presentation, enjoyed dance, took a quiz, but we haven't yet looked at any significant portion of Ramayana. So next we have drama. Now next we are having a drama.
almost the last item of this program. So please encourage them. So they are taking some efforts to put on this drama. They're all new to perform in drama. So please appreciate whatever they can perform. Yeah?
So this performance is a smaller but more significant portion of Ramayana. You know what we are talking about, what we are going to show. But before that, I will give you a hint. If you see in Ramayana, there were two sides. One of Dharma and other was Adharma. Dharma was leaded by Lord Ram and other was leaded by Ravana. But if you see in both of them, there was some difference. There on Adharma side, Ravan has a brother Vibhishan, whereas in the Dharma side, we have the four brothers which were perfect in all. So here we are going to have a drama on Ram Bharat. But before that, I would like to invite you with the characters. Okay. So Ram is mimicked by Dinkar Parasar. Pankaj Muna as Lakshman. Om Yadav as Bharat. Akash Sith as Satrughan. Harsh Saurashya as King Janak. And Harsh Kumar as Guru Vashish. So before that, we have four pillars, which is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And if you can relate this four to the four brothers. How can you relate it? Like you can say Ram signifies Dharma. Lakshman, Bharat, and Satrughan. Yeah. So this is the reason why Lakshman and Ram went to the forest, whereas Bharat and Satrughan were together. That is, whenever you want to attain earth, whenever you want to attain prosperity, you should follow the path which is correct. You should follow the path of Dharma. Whereas when you have to liberate from all kind of material nature, then you should go for moksha. So this is why all the four brothers are different in them, but all the four brothers show something. Okay. We'll start this skit. This is Sri Ram Bharat Milan. So this is the time when Lord Rama with Sita Ma and Lakshman were going for exile, and they were taking the permission from their father, Dasharatha. So later, when Bharat came to Ayodhya, he came to know that both of his father with Sita Ma went to the forest. So he was very anxious. So he went in search for them. He went not only Bharat and Shatrughan, but whole Ayodhya Vasis with the three mothers, with the whole army. They went together to in the search for Lord Rama. Little during their journey, they met Kevat. I guess up till now you might be knowing who is Kevat. He's the boatman. So there, later they had a talk, Bharat Kevat Samvad, where Kevat told about the past time which he with Lord Rama took place. You can see that what Kevat has done. Kevat told that he with Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman traveled across the river, and later the Bharat flourished the lotus feet of Ram with water. Later, when Bharat was going, Sita Ma, which is the incarnation of goddess, she saw a dream. She saw that Bharat was coming with full army along with the matas. All were in sorrow, depressed, and despondent. Later, when tribal came and they told Ram that Bharat is coming with a full army, and now our drama will start.
Lakshman, oh Lakshman, I can see a lot of dust in the forest. From where this dust is coming from?
Yeah, I see the dust. Let me find out from where it's coming. I will come soon. भैया Vardhan is coming with full army Payota and some local Vardha also.
Rath is coming?
So yeah, he is coming with full army Payota and his intention is not good. He want to kill you. So he want to rule over Ayodhya forever. He didn't want that after 14 years he will come back and take away his kingdom. So today whoever will come, I will definitely kill him. Even Lord Shiva will come here, I will definitely kill him.
Lakshman, everyone knows your power. Please think properly before doing anything. After incident, only we can regret.
My dear Lakshman, please don't doubt the intentions of our Bharat. Bharat is a very pure-hearted person. He has so much love for me. In this creation of Brahma, even if Bharat gets the position of Brahma, Shiva or Mahadev, Brahma, Shiva or Vishnu, still he will not be attached to his position. He is so magnanimous. He loves me so much. He is not coming here to attack on me. Rather, he is coming to take me back. I am very eager that he seems to kill me.
Please forgive me.
Bhaiya Ram, Sitaji, and Lakshman can run away upon hearing that. No. They will welcome me. They will forget my bad deeds and welcome me open-heartedly.
You were explaining the Lord Ram's ashram. Shatrughan sees Lord Ram's footprint.
Bhaiya, see, Lord Rama's footprint.
They took dust of that place and put it on their forehead and feels like they are meeting with Sri Raghunath. Later during the Samvad between Kevat and Bharat, Bharat was very happy that now he is going to meet Lord Shiva. So he was in enjoyful mood. He was watching the enjoys of Chitrakoot. He watched Ram Bharat. At the end, Bharat arrived at Lord Ram's ashram.
Bhaiya, Lord Rama and Lakshman are talking.
Hey Raghunath ji, Bharat is doing pranam to you.
No, hey Bharat, Ramchandra ji is the protector of the Dharma and the Supreme Lord, incarnate for the well-being of this whole universe. Whatever he do, whatever the decision he takes, always in the benefits of this whole universe. Today, whatever the decision will be taken by all of us, we have to follow it. We all in the favor of Sri Ramchandraji's return to Ayodhya and his Rajya Abhishek. But whatever the decision will be taken by the Ramji, we all have to follow it.
My dear Bharat, you know Lord Sri Ramchandra is a follower of Dharma and truthful. He is affectionate to everyone. So, whatever you say, I will convey the same to you. So, decide wisely before saying anything.
Ram, Bharat came here with petition. Please listen him peacefully and then decide.
As per your order, Gurudev.
Bhaiya, what can I say? I know my Swami. He's so benevolent and so generous. He's so loving that even when I lose in a game, he allows me to win. But Vidhata does not like my happiness. That's why he separated both of us. Maybe it's because I'm no longer pure. Maybe it's because my mother committed such a crime by sending Bhaiya Ram to Vanvas. After all of this, I'm still standing in front of all of you. I think my heart is made out of Indra's Vajra.
My dear Bharat, please don't speak like that. Our mother Kake, she loves all of us so much. In fact, she loves me more than my own mother Kausalya. I have so much deep regard and love for the mother Kake. Whatever she says is for the welfare of me. Similarly, you should also have good regard and feelings for mother Kake.
Yeah, but I beg you, please come back to Ayodhya. We have Gurudev with us. We have the entire Praja of Ayodhya with us. We will do a Raja Abhishek here and take you back to Ayodhya. That was Pitaji's desire.
My dear Bharat, our Pitaji has given us the order. He has given the boon to Mother Kake. And so I must fulfill whatever the order he has given.
Okay, Bhaiya, then I will stay here in Vanvas and you along with Sitaji can go to Ayodhya. Or else me, Shatrughan and Lakshman will stay in Vanvas. But you come back to Ayodhya. O ocean of mercy, please do whatever will make you happy.
My dear Bharat, my desire is the desire of my father. Whatever my father has ordered, that is my life and soul. My father has ordered that I should go in the forest and you rule. So you better go and rule on my behalf.
Bhaiya, but I know nothing about Niti or Vidha. How will I run a kingdom? This is too much weight for me. Please give me an order.
My dear Bharat, I am standing in front of such great personalities like our teacher Vasishdev and our father Janak Maharaj. Similarly, our respected father Dasharat Maharaj has ordered us, and so we must fulfill that order. You go and rule on my behalf.
Now everyone is in dilemma. Nobody is in the condition of giving answer. All are looking towards Bharat regarding his situation.
Bhaiya, I'm really sorry. I brought the entire Praja of Ayodhya with me. I did not know about our father's true wish. I have done a big mistake. But oh Lord of mercy, please forgive me and please guide me as to what and how I should do.
By saying this, Bharati's eyes full filled with tears, his body starts vibrating. In this helpless situation, Bharati holded Sri Ram's spirit.
My dear Bharat, I love you so much. But you should know the glory of our Raghukull dynasty. You should know how glorious our father is. Whatever he has said in Raghukull dynasty, everybody has followed that. So similarly, being a Raghukull dynasty, whatever our father has ordered, that we must follow. I know you will feel so much separated when you are going away and staying away from me for 14 years. Nonetheless, take it as an order and rule on my behalf.
Swami, you are my brother, my mother, my father, Antaryami. You know everything about this universe. You are the supreme personality of God. Whatever you are telling must be in the benefit of all of us. So give me something by which I can rule the kingdom of Ayodhya and be in your memory for the 14 years.
Finally, under the charm of Balaji, Prabhu Sri Ramchandraji gave his Charan Paduka to Balaji with blessings. Balaji put Charan Paduka on of Lord Sri Ram on his head and respect and love and devotion. Later, Bharati established the most Charan Padukas as for the rule of Hare Krishna. This is the map which is the path of Parvas based on Ramayana. So you can observe this map. Now at the end, again we'll recite one more map. Again, recite with me. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Now at the end we'll have Aarti.
Just to tell you, till yesterday evening, 9 p.m., the script was not ready. Who will play what character was not ready. Where the clothes will come from was not ready. What the dialogues will be was not ready. After that, this is the performance. So, thank you. So next is we have Pushpanjali. So you can come forward. You can offer flowers, flower petals to the deities. You will get Shatari, and you can proceed. If you have registered, you can proceed to HSC. If you have not registered, thank you very much. We are very honored to see you.
We have some books and display also. You can, whatever books are given as prizes, if you are interested, you can always look at the books, the Bhagavad Gita and other books and take for. We would like to thank the master of the ceremony, Ankush, for the connecting program. Thank you all very much. Please join us in that one flowers. We'll be playing some song. Play the Aarti song. Because after that we have Prasad in history 153. Only mainly for those who are registered, there will be some problem. So you can come over here on the one and we use some flowers to offer it to the deities and proceed. Thank you.
ये लैपटॉप को क्या करना है? लैपटॉप हो गया क्या? It's been bad. Yeah. Ah, my is like this.